no, ya está no está claro.
Now, in any of these emergencies, don't worry, your crew would handle it, but if you'd like to know our emergency procedures, they are posted in safety placards. We have 2 by the restrooms in frames and another one in red up by the captain's wheelhouse. And last but not least, we do have these life preservers. They are highly fashionable and we do have enough for everyone on board. The good news is you guys don't have to wear them. I just want to show you where they're located as well as how to put them on. Now if you're following along with me downstairs, our life jackets are located underneath the front 2 blue benches. We do have 2 sizes, child and adult size. Now you would choose a child size life jacket if you weighed under 90 pounds regardless of age. Now if you're upstairs following along with Marika, we do have life jackets in the white dry dock boxes. Now to put these on, all you have to do is unclip the clip from the D-ring and let that strap fall. Open up that life jacket wide enough to put your head through. Find that strap, wrap it back around your body, clip to the same D-ring, and then the last step is just pull that strap tight. Now congratulations guys, because you have endured the most boring part of the trip. It should be getting better from here. If you can excuse me, I'm going to be stepping outside to handle some dock lines. At this time I will ask that you stay right where you're at for the next few minutes. I will come back and give you some more information about the boat and the crew, and I'll let you know when the outer decks are open, but right now they're still closed for your safety. An up and down handle just like the thumbs up sign. All you have to do is easily pull. They will open, they do close automatically, but please watch your step. We have raised thresholds and we don't want anyone tripping. Now that means on the way out, our left-hand side doors are temporarily closed. That is the wet side. If you ever come to a door and it doesn't easily push or pull, just go to the other side. Now we do have some black ropes throughout the boat. These are no entry zones. We just ask that you stay behind these areas. Now when we do get out to the reef, Marika's going to let us know when it's okay to take down the ropes in our lower viewing wells. Until then, they're up for your safety. Now we have blue and white railings throughout the boat. These are intended to keep you on board. Now we think that's pretty important, so please do not climb on any of these railings. They're not jungle gyms. And if we do have parents with small children, hip height is rail height. So please don't hold a small child on your hips near any of our rails. It does take just one bump for that to turn into an emergency situation. Instead, we ask that if you're on our outer decks, allow all children to either have 2 feet on the ground.
Yeah, they have 2 separate trails that are and the one is right when you left, you just go right and it's kind of around and half all around. But a lot of these so, yeah, but they have buoys that mark the trails if you're heading to
Bỏ chưa?
À, bỏ cái. Nó nó thêm. Sinh tua mà tua nhá.
called South Sound Creek. This is a natural saltwater tidal channel. Now, if you look down into the water, sometimes you see some unusual shapes. If they're round, barrel, or vase-like shapes, well, these are all our sponges. They do have a look a lot like pottery, but they're actually animals. They're in the phylum Porifera, which just means they have tiny pores throughout their body, and they're going to use these small pores to help filter feed. They do filter out viruses, bacteria, and plankton from our waterways. And these sponges are vital to the keys. They form small communities, so we have all kinds of things that go either inside or underneath them, including bristleworms, sea stars, and our sort of tiny lobster likes to hide out underneath them. If you are viewing them from the glass, anytime you see those pottery type shapes, those are our sponges. They do come in a variety of colors, black, brown, or orange, and they can be fixed to the bottom or they can be rolling around on the bottom and still be all living filter feeders. Now, I did say this area is salt water, so if you look down into the water, you can be watching for different predators to swim through. Now, some of the common predators we do see are sharks, stingrays, and barracudas. Now, we have several different sharks that like to travel through this waterway. Our most common one is our nurse shark, but we also have lemon and bonnethead sharks as well. And keep your eyes open for those stingrays. If you are looking through the glass, we have two common stingrays that we do see, whether it's our southern stingray or our yellow stingray. Now, our yellow stingray is going to be small and round in shape. Our southern stingray is usually gray to brown and usually hangs out towards the bottom. But we have one other stingray that's a rare treat to see at this time of year, and that's our spotted eagle ray. Now, they're beautiful, black in color with white spots, and they do have a white ventral or underbelly. So if you happen to see a flash of white in the water, well, those might just be our spotted eagle rays as they swim. Now, they also do a unique behavior where they'll leap out of the water, flashing you that white stomach. It's called a breaching behavior. Now, scientists are oftentimes trying to figure out why they do this. It could be just looking around at their environment for other predators. They also might think that it helps to get parasites off their body as they slap back down. Now, some of the things that's rare to see are our endangered manatee or our dolphins. We never know when they might show up. Unfortunately, they're not on the payroll, but just keep your eyes open. Now, if you look on the left-hand side, you're going to see one of our beautiful white wading birds. Now, we do have two different types of wading birds that we can be watching for, and they look very similar. They do have that beautiful large white body, but if you look down at their legs, that's how you can tell the difference. You might notice some of them have orange to yellow legs. These are our great white herons. If you happen to see black to gray legs, these are our great egrets. Now, if you want a helpful way to remember this, the O in heron can remind you of orange legs, and the G in egret can remind you of gray legs. Now, we do have some other birds that we'll keep our eyes open for as we travel through our creek system. Another one is a white-bodied bird that has black near the tips of its. If you look on the left-hand side, you're going to notice one of our beautiful wading birds. Now, these are right by the roots of our mangrove tree. This one's one of our beautiful great white herons. Now, they're ambush predators, so they oftentimes look just like the roots of mangrove trees. But if they happen to spot a fish hiding under the protection of these roots, they do quickly just jab at it to eat them. So that's one of our beautiful herons on the left-hand side. Now, on each side of this creek, you're going to notice there are trees draped right into the salt water. Now, the trees that we're viewing are red mangrove trees. They're called red mangroves because where the roots meet the water, they do have a reddish color. Now, our red mangroves are easy to spot. They have special root systems called tap and drop roots. Now, these trees almost look like they're walking out into the water, and that's how they get their nickname of walking trees. Now, the word mangrove just means saltwater tolerant. So they are able through a process of desalinization to bring fresh water up to their leaves. You might notice most of their leaves are green, but you'll see quite a few yellow leaves as well. The yellow leaves are the older leaves of the system. They will fall off and fall down into the roots below, where they form the start of our food chain. Now, this is vital because we have so many different animals that like to live both above and below the root system of our red mangrove tree. As a nursery, hiding out from those larger predators I mentioned like to swim through. We also have sponges, tunicate hydroids that like to attach themselves to the root system. Above the water, all of our mangroves form a rookery for all of our different nesting birds. So just keep your eyes open. We have lots of birds to look for. Now another bird we can try and see, that's our bird of prey here in the Keys. Oftentimes people mistake them for bald eagles. They do have a white head and a brown body. Our ospreys are smaller than our bald eagles, but they are amazing fishermen. They're actually capable of catching a fish that weighs more than their own body weight. Now, if they do this, you might notice they'll drop the fish in midair and recapture it so that it is facing, winds up in the gutter. The gutter happens to be our shallow seagrass beds on the side. Now, at low tide right now, it's really easy to see some sandbars and shallow seagrass beds. Now at high tide though, we do have different animals that like to come in and eat our two main types of seagrass. That's because we have turtle grass and manatee grass here in the Keys, and those are the two animals that like to eat off of them. It is rare to see a manatee this far out, but we never know when we might spot some sea turtles. So keep your eyes open. Our sea turtles do come up for a breath of air once every 5 minutes if they're actively feeding. Now if they are at rest, they can hold their breath for over 5 hours. Now we are just waiting here for enough space for us to travel through the bowling alley, but as we're waiting, if you look to the right-hand side, you might notice an unusual structure. Now that structure is just a tree stump, but it is one of our favorite spots to see our double-crested cormorants. Now these black birds that we're spotting that are hanging out on a lot of our channel markers and our buoys. They actually have less oil on their bodies than most other water birds do, and it allows them to be negatively buoyant. That means that they can dive down up to 25 feet to catch their fish, and they're able to hold their breath for over a minute. It's awfully fun to watch these different birds hunt. Oftentimes they'll dive down. You never know when they're going to pop back up again.
Be going back?
Now these double-crested cormorants are often seen on all of our channel markers and our buoys with their wings out. That's because they do have less oil than most other water birds, and they do have to dry their feathers before they take extended flight. Now our seagrass beds here in the Keys are vital. We do have
tỏ cái hỏng bê một đồ phổi đá đó. Nó một chỗ tỏ nâng ở trong thì lúc tránh hồng châu trà lãng thả ya lúc tránh hồng super lo chấpเลยđa chấp lời thì lo chấp lời lúc tránh hồng nhớ châu trà lãng thả đó thì bé là nhớ đồ con này đó luôn kê này về một đồ thổ ám về một đồ luôn kê C36 về một cái đồ thổ 2 p.m. đồ flight go xa nè go 저 아몬.
Excuse me, you're not allowed to take pictures.
찬양 알란타.
Hello, I'm Mayor ncig, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the city of Atlanta in the heart of Jackson Atlanta International Airport, where efficiency and
Frank Wisner, please return to the main security checkpoint to claim personal ID. Self-reliance imaging, Frank Wisner, please return to the main security checkpoint to claim personal ID.
Này chặt thọ. Đời nó tala này tala nhỏ Florida đó nè. Mẹ tâm mà. ta phải đi theoอยู่เท่าไหร่
là cá thả nó nha chỉ mà chỉ ta chỉ sẽ ta chỉ tao nha chỉ ta chờ lấy chứ cái gì mình nhà kia cho nó có cái gì hay gì thì
tôi biết một cái tuần đông máu đông
mà đi ta có chạy luôn cái gì không cho là rồi để cái xe đó nhưng mà chỉ mà trên tàu đó thì nằm thì dặn thì sao
ขณะอย่าไปตัวโดฝอยดาญอกเกียงกันตูบีชเนี่ยตรงนั้นนะไปต่อไปยอมแกงก็
mà mình sao cái đây là
Đây có chuyện đó.
quấy
đi go over there What's that noise?
Yeah, get the sandal.
Sounds like a bunch of birds.
ไปต่อยอมแจงลุงก้อนนะยอมแจงก้อนหน่อยเดี๋ยวลายไปต่อลายนะยอมแจงก้อนฮะ yeah thế ta sợ kê kia là ta phải ông mình ta xin nói cho bên cả kia là nhau luôn nha có đây là nhau trong nó
C'è un po' più speciale, ma